Hello, Cancer. Elsie here to do your reading. My friends, how are you? It's for the week ahead. How are you doing, Cancer? Thanks so much for clicking here. I appreciate you so much. And if you were brand new and you just arrived here, welcome to you. If you would like to subscribe, that subscription button is over in the right-hand corner. Hit the bell button so you'll know when I'm uploading. And I generally open with the water energies on Tuesday, and that is today. So if you are somebody who is the ride or die, then you know that I don't put any date or times on my readings. It's always just going to be for the week ahead. Whether you find it today, tomorrow, or next year, it's going to be for the week ahead. Let's find out what's going on for you, Cancer. We're going to throw some oracles, and then we're going to pick up some tarot and find out what else is going on. Tell me what's going on for Cancer, please, in the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the week ahead for Cancer. What's going on here? All right, we got a couple of cards. Everyone else got one. We've got the Peacock, Let It Shine, the Peacock Spirit, and we've got the Wolf Spirit, Turn Knowledge into Wisdom. We've got the Peacock Spirit, Let It Shine. It's card number 46, and 46 breaks down to a 10, which breaks down to a 1. So it feels like it's the beginning of something. It's like you're going to let your heart light shine. What's going on? That song is sung by Neil Diamond, I think. He made it for the E.T. movie, I think. Turn on your heart light. Let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. And so I'm looking at this here. I'm looking at this heart space here that is glowing here. So we do have, I feel like it's your time to shine. I feel like people are going to be noticing you. Maybe you've done something to yourself that will make people take notice, possibly, because we have this peacock who has their beautiful fan displayed here. So it almost feels like it's you want someone to notice that you have feelings or that you're shining your heart light in their direction. It could be that. We do have the Wolf Spirit. It is card number 13, and it says, turn knowledge into wisdom. I feel like there's going to be some sort of a transformation here that's coming up in the week ahead because of its being card number 13. And whatever the transformation is, it is for the purpose of giving you stability. You're going to be turning knowledge into wisdom. So it feels like something that you know, something will be added to you, some sort of a realization that things must end before they can begin. It could be that maybe you need to end something before you can begin something. I feel like this is the beginning here. This is the transformation, and this is the beginning of something. Let's find out what else we got here. We've got the Seahorse Spirit, Watch and Wait. So card number 53 is an 8, and so watch and wait. It feels like it's something that you've been waiting for. It's like you've been, I want to say you're around the outside of something. Like it's like you've been watching somebody and waiting for somebody, and maybe you've been watching them on the internet trying to see if they're dating anybody, or it could be that, but you're turning knowledge into wisdom. So we'll talk more about that. Tell me more about Cancer, please. Tell me more about Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Cancer, if you're interested in a private read, please look below this video. I have pinned a comment to the top of the comments. Everything you need is there. There's a 10% off sale till the 30th of June. All the information you need is in that pinned comment if you're interested. Tell me what is going on for Cancer, please. Yeah, so we've got heartache and loss. And we've got something that you're turning into wisdom here. And this is card number 13, which is the ending of something. That is the death card, right, in tarot. We do have heartache and loss. So it does feel like that you've been dealing with some sort of loss, or you will be dealing with something. Isn't this interesting? So you'll be dealing with something in the week ahead, I feel, that is going to be the ending of something and the beginning of something, because we have card number 13, which is the ending, that's death, and then we have card number 46, which is a 10, which breaks down to a 1, which is the beginning. Look at this. Got heartache and loss, and then we have the new beginning. So it's like things are repeating themselves here. I want to say to you, have hope. If you think that things aren't working out in your favor, I'm going to say have hope, because you might be going through heartache and loss right now, but I feel like things are about to get better, because the only time that things ever end is so something else can begin. So someone might be removed from your life, and I don't mean to death. This is the death card, but I mean there's going to be a change or a transformation. It feels like there is you're in sort of some discontent and boredom with somebody here. It's somebody that you've got memories with, somebody that you've known for a really long time, somebody that you have happy memories with. But but I feel it's becoming boring. There's 4 cups here. It feels like it's becoming boring. Yeah, discontent and boredom. We've got 4 and 6, which is 10. And the 10s are the ends of cycles. There is transformation. There it is. We've got a bunch of synchronicities going on here, right? Let's find out what else we've got here for you, Cancer. Let's put this up. Tell me what's going on for Cancer, please. What other energies do we have for Cancer? What else do we need to know? We have doubt. So I feel like this whole situation has made you doubt yourself. That's what it feels like here. It says, I release the need to know all the answers. And I think that's why a lot of people just sort of stay in the spot that they're in for their whole life. They never change their hair. They never change their taste in music or food, or they never leave their state or their province or their city. It's like because they have doubt, because they're scared of making a wrong decision. I want to say that something is showing itself, an ending. And I feel like it's in an effort to get you out of some sort of stagnant situation. It feels like turning knowledge into wisdom. It feels like as you look back, you will know that the reason that this all happened is for your wisdom. So you could carry on here. Bottom of the deck, we have self-esteem. It's also for your self-esteem, my friend. It feels like you're stuck in some sort of a thought pattern, a relationship, maybe it's a job, take it as it resonates, but it feels like it's stagnant because we do have discontent, boredom here. But the thing is the reason you're hanging on to it is because you have memories of this place. But the truth is it's over. It's time for you to go to somewhere new. Like there's a new house. For some of you, it could be that you've never been out of your city or your state or your province. And it does feel like there is a new beginning here after some sort of heartbreaking loss. And it feels like the heartbreaking loss is something that is leaving for a reason. You're going to have hope at the end of all of this. I feel like you're going to have hope that this is the star, right? But it feels like you have a hope for a new beginning after something has ended. So Cancer, I feel like something has ended for you and you're hoping that there's going to be a new beginning in some other way. That it's going to transform the situation for you, and you can carry on moving on and on a different path here. Tell me more about Cancer, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer, please. What do we need to know for the week ahead for Cancer? Let's throw some tarot here for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have the Eight of Pentacles. It's something that you've worked on really hard. For some of you, we could be talking about that maybe you're kind of over the job, I want to say. It's almost like it's keeping you in a place where you can't shine. You know how sometimes you can work at a place forever and ever and ever, and they start to take you for granted, right? The corporation or the boss or whoever, they start to take you for granted. They know like, oh, Cancer's always going to show up. I don't have to worry about Cancer. Cancer's going to do the same job over and over and over again until they die for me. Like that's what it feels like here. It feels like it could be something that you've been working on for a really long time, and it could be something that has to do with work. Tell me why the Eight of Pentacles is here. We have the Eight of Cups, but you know what? I think that you are going to walk away. I feel like you've been putting in a lot of hard work. I feel like you've learned a lot wherever it is, whether it's a relationship, a job, or something else. I feel like you've become the subject matter expert at something here, because that's the Eight of Pentacles, right? That is Virgo energy, right? Virgo is like, has a perfection thing about them, right? They like to be perfect in the things that they do. They like to master it, right? It's all about mastery. And so I feel like that you have gotten a lot of skills where you are, but maybe it's time to move on, whether the situation is a job or whatever the situation is for you. We have the Magician here. It's like you've had a realization under the full moon. Once you release this job, or maybe before you release the job, you realize that I've got all the tools. Why am I hanging out here? I've got the magic. I can manifest whatever I want. I've got all the tools. I'm the subject matter expert. I've become like literally perfect at the thing that I do. And people here are taking me for granted here. Tell me about the Magician. You're at the beginning of something here, because the Magician is card number 1, which means that the Fool comes before the Magician. So it feels like there is a new path that's opening up here, and we do have the Fool right here. It says new beginnings, right? We do have the Fool right here. Tell me more about the Magician, please. Judgment. You're making some sort of really big decision to go on a brand new path here. You are releasing something, emotionally disconnecting. I'm looking at the full moon. You're releasing something. What's the decision? The decision is that I need to learn more things. I need to learn more things than I know right now. This is the student. So I feel like you're making a decision, and the decision is because I feel like maybe you want more education or you want to try something new. It's like you're at the beginning of something. The Page of Swords is the student, right? The one who's digging up the knowledge, digging up digging up clarity, right? It feels like the Page of Swords and the Judgment card is telling me that you are wanting to learn something new. So if you always did what you always did, you're always going to get what you always got, right? We have the Devil energy here, and we have the Hierophant. There is a lesson learned here. When the Hierophant shows up, it does feel like that there is some sort of a lesson that is specifically tailored to you, and I think that you caught the gist of it, Cancer. I think you have here. It feels like wherever you are right now is turning toxic. You've had a realization, right? The Page of Swords is coming to the knowledge of something, and I feel like you've been watching and waiting, and I feel like it's you're going to be taking your leave from somewhere, whether that's a relationship or a job, because it's become toxic. It's got you in a place where you're codependent, or somebody's codependent on you, because I feel like they know that it's almost like the person who owns the business, they keep leaving you in charge of the business, but they don't pay you to be the manager or the middle management. They won't pay you the wages. They're taking advantage of you and everything that you know, but they're not paying you what you're worth. It feels like you've decided you're going to pull away because you've realized your worth. You've realized, look, I'm running this place for these people. I might as well try and run a place by myself. Maybe you're going off to start a business, or maybe you're going to leave the job and go to a different place, or maybe it's the relationship. The Judgment card here is the really big decision that you're making after having gone over the details of it, realizing that it is time for me to head out on another path and begin again, start somewhere new. The Page of Swords is sort of at the beginning of something, right? That's the youngest of the court cards, right? Tell me what else we need to know here. Why are you leaving this place? It's because you now know your worth. You know what? Because the Eight of Pentacles is self-mastery, and then the Magician shows up here. So I feel like it's because you know your worth. So whether it's a relationship, it's like you've come to the knowledge of something, and that's the Page of Swords. You've come to the knowledge here of something. We've got the King of Swords. There it is. So yeah, it feels like you realize, you see things. Like you're not scared. You're not scared to make the move. Like the King of Swords always faces things head on, right? The King of Swords is always the one that looks straight at you, looks you in the eye while they're telling you the thing. And I feel like you have gained some sort of clarity, and it's time to be really honest. I feel like that sword is at half mount here, because I feel like you're ready to cut somebody out. You've actually unsheathed the sword. You're ready to cut something out here. Tell me about the King of Swords. We've got the King of Cups in the reverse. You don't like it anymore. It's not fun. Your heart's not in it anymore. It's like it's become a toxic place where people are. It's like the kings are allowed to. I want to say that the kings, possibly in the place where you work, are allowed to be overly emotional or to be rude with the way that they speak, because the King of Cups, when they're in the reverse, is somebody who's not listening to the inner self. It's somebody that's kind of shallow. Like it feels like that the kings are in charge, and I feel like you've done all that you're going to do, and it feels like it's like the higher ups. It's like any corporation, which I think that they're all toxic, to be honest. But any corporation, it's how they treat the people on the lower levels, right? That's what I feel like is happening here. It feels like you're somebody who has more. You could probably run the place, and you know you could probably run the place, Cancer, but you stayed here because of security, because of Pentacles, because they don't pay you 10 of Pentacles, but they pay you the 8, right? Like, so it's not like you're not getting paid well for what you do, but I feel like they are kind of taking advantage of you, I want to say. And I feel like you're about to cut out the King of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody here who doesn't really give a shit. They really don't care. This person is somebody who is not using their intuition, somebody who is has outbursts. Maybe they treat people badly. It feels like that energy. We've got the Queen of Swords here. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Because it feels like you are going to have to cut through the bullshit with a sword here. So whether you are the King or the Queen of Swords, I feel like this is the energy you turn into in order to be able to take care of business here. We got the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. So at one time, I believe that you really loved what you were doing here. But I think that now you've come to a higher knowledge that these people are toxic, that the place where you work or the relationship that you're in or the relationship with your friend or the family member or whatever, it's become highly toxic. And I feel like you're digging up more information that is proving you right all the time. I want to say that you're the person with the higher self. You're the person who's about to learn the lesson, because when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And so I feel like your teacher is the situation, and you have become the student, and now you're seeing the toxicity for what it is here. So I feel like there is, with the Queen and the King of Swords here, it feels like there are two people, maybe you and somebody else, who I feel aren't speaking, and it's because this King of Cups is in the middle of everything. It feels like there's overwhelming feelings, or there's feelings, and we're not addressing them. We're keeping them under the surface. We're not really going to talk about it. It feels like there needs to be a conversation about what's been going on here, because I feel like this King of Cups is the one who's just been like terrible with everybody. When I see the King of Cups in the reverse with the King of Swords, it's somebody is not being very kind with their words. In fact, they're having little tantrums and they're being rude to people around them. So I feel like you're about to tune somebody in. So that's what it feels like here. This is no fun anymore. The Three of Cups is in the reverse. What else does Cancer need to know, please? The Knight of Swords. Your justice is coming sooner than you think. I feel like you are going back home here. It feels like this has been a period of trial. I want to say that you've been here for a while. I feel like, yeah, you're the person who gets all the attention. I really do feel like it feels like there is a relationship here that you're leaving. It feels like you need the victory. You need to step over the finish line here. It's enough. The Justice card is here, and justice is coming quicker than you think. I feel like you should have had justice way back there, but I feel like you just didn't want to go. It was confusing, overwhelming. I don't know where my money is going to come from, but it feels like with the Six of Wands here that you get a lot of attention. It's like you're the subject matter expert. Everybody comes to you for the answers, and this person just sits in their office and smack talks everybody. It feels like that there's kind of some smack talk going on here. This person is like maybe it's people, maybe it's not a person, but it does feel like you need to get out of there and find something that you choose to do that you're going to love. That's what it feels like. So if it is a relationship that we're talking about here, I feel like if it is a relationship that you've come to a realization that you're in a toxic connection, that there is somebody here who keeps doing something that is hurting them spiritually, mentally, physically. It could be you because you're staying in the situation, in the toxic situation. But I feel like the situation itself has become toxic. It's almost like it could be also a group of people who, with the devil here with the Hierophant energy, it could be like a church group and they don't follow the doctrine. Or, it's not all Christians for sure, but you can find those Christians who are going to twist and turn and be toxic, and they go to church every Sunday, but they're on their keyboard warrior on Facebook yelling at people, telling them horrible things. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like you're learning what the situation is here. So it could be a group of people possibly that you see as religiously toxic. It could be that, but I feel like it's like, for some of you, if it's a relationship, it feels like you're in a commitment with somebody that you're realizing that they are obsessive and toxic. And this page is looking over at the Judgment card. So it's time to make a decision, because you're worth more than that. No matter what the situation is, you're worth more than that. I feel like there is somebody in this energy here, whether it's a relationship or a group of people or a business that you're working for, and this person is somebody who feels like they can talk any type of way to somebody that they want, and everyone else lets them get away with it. But Cancer is not going to let them get away with it, because you have more self-esteem than that. You know your worth, right? You're not going to let them get away with it. If this is relationship related for you. I feel like you are walking away because you do have other options, and there are other options in love for you. And I feel like if you are the person who is walking away, justified from walking away from a situation in the next little bit because you're not getting along, then I feel like you do have love waiting for you. But I feel like you need to get out of this toxic poop soup here. That's what it feels like it is, for sure. So tell me about the new beginning. I'm just going to talk about this here because we do have heartache and loss. I feel like there's hope, but we do have a new beginning here. Tell me what the new beginning is here. What is the new beginning for Cancer, please? We do have the High Priestess. We have the Page of Cups. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. It's new love. It's somebody who's going to be giving you reciprocal energy. So whether you move to a new job that gives you, like you're going to become this person at the new job, the High Priestess. People think you know everything because you're intuitive, you follow your gut, you're making good decisions. You're somebody who doesn't speak unless you have to. Like, there's people that just go on and on and on, right? They're blah, blah, blah. They can't shut up for 5 minutes, but you're not like that. It feels like you're the person who is stoic, I want to say, because the King of Swords is here. You are stoic. You speak and you say things that are the truth when it's time to say those things. But you're not a person of many words, feminine or masculine. And I feel like there is something that's brand new that's beginning here. And these people are going to see you as this authority. This is an authority, right? We do have this authority, and then we have the High Priestess as well. I feel like people are going to see you as the one who always has the answers, the one who is kind of psychic in their energy. This new beginning, whether it's a job or a relationship, I feel like it's brand new. The Page of Cups is here, and then the Six of Pentacles. You are going off to a place that I feel is going to give you reciprocal energy. They're going to treat you like the High Priestess. They're going to treat you like the Hierophant. They're going to treat you like someone who has worth, like the Magician, right? But it feels like this could be, like I said, a relationship or something else. We do have the Temperance card in the reverse, which tells me that things are not moving right now. You must wait for the moment of alchemy. Please don't do it until you have a plan in place. If you're planning on leaving a job, please don't do it until you have a plan in place. If you're leaving the relationship, please have a plan in place. But something's about to come to the surface here, and it's gonna make you feel some type of way. I feel like something is about to show itself, and you need to get out of the way before something shows itself, because it could be the demise of the relationship or the church group, or it feels like something is about to show itself. The Ace of Wands is here. When the Ace of Wands shows up, it's like you're going on this new exciting path in the moment of alchemy when it's time. It's not time right now. It's time for you to get your balance and be patient right now. But I feel like when it shows up, it feels like it's something that blows apart. Like whatever it is, it feels like either the business is going down, or the relationship is blowing up, or something that is going to be considered to be lost, but it's because of something that is coming to the surface. Something's about to be revealed in whatever situation you're in. And once you see it with this page here, once you see it, you make the decision to get the heck out of Dodge. I'm going to go for now. Thanks, Cancer, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I will be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye.